We'll go ahead and officially call the meeting to order. Has the meeting been properly posted and the roll been taken? Thank you. Item number 2 is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3 is approval of the minutes from the May 19th meeting, minutes of the June 2nd special meeting, and minutes of the June 6th Committee of the Whole meeting. If there's no additions or corrections, I'd go ahead and entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 4 is communications. We've got Michelle Jacobs, candidate for the Walworth County Register of Deeds. Michelle, if you want to come up to the podium and introduce yourself, say a few words.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, my name's Michelle Jacobs. I am running for Walworth County Register of Deeds. For those of you that don't know, the Register of Deeds office is responsible for maintaining your vital records, such as your birth, marriage, death certificates, as well as real estate records, like your property deeds. The former Register of Deeds retired before the end of her term, so Governor Evers has appointed someone to fill that vacancy through the end of the year. Her name, as well as my name, will appear on the ballot for the August 11th and then the November 3rd election. To tell you a little bit about myself, my family is from Walworth County. We lived in Delavan for a period of time and then in Elkhorn. I graduated from the Elkhorn Area High School. I live there now with my husband and 2 children. It was during my junior and senior years in high school that I started working for Walworth County. I did the business co-op program and interned with the clerk of court's office. That's where I really started to learn basic administrative duties, but most importantly, what it means to serve the public. In 2005, I became employed full-time by Walworth County, again through clerk of courts. I worked in many different positions within the office, but for 8 years, I was a calendar clerk, which is the judge's assistant. So I was responsible for maintaining the court's calendar, maintaining family court records, and I also was able to provide leadership to the other clerks within the family court division. Many other coworkers that weren't in family court came to me with questions. They knew they could rely on me, and I had knowledge expanding across the whole department. For the last 1.5 years, I've been with Corporation Counsel as a legal assistant. So again, I'm responsible for checking documents for accuracy as they're prepared by the attorneys and filing things according to statute. And as Register of Deeds, I'll use my experience working with the public and maintaining accurate records and apply that to your records, to your vital records and your real estate property deeds. I want to work with the staff in the Register of Deeds to ensure that your records are properly maintained. I want to continue the goal of the former Register of Deeds to transition more deeds and records to electronic versions. And I want you as citizens, when you come into the Register of Deeds office, to receive friendly and efficient customer service. I know that we will maintain records that deal with important events in your lives. And so it is important to me that those records are maintained with care and respect. And I look forward to working with you all in the future. I gave the clerk some of my cards if any of you wish to reach out and speak to me more about why I want this. I couldn't fit it all into an appropriate amount of time. So thank you, and I look forward to talking to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Item number 5 is public comments. At this time, if there's any citizens that wish to address the chair, they're able to do that, and all we ask is that it refers to something on the agenda item. and you can speak for 3 minutes maximum. I don't know if there's anyone that wishes to speak at this point. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6, which is reports of committees, boards, and commissions. 6.1 is the Finance Committee. We've got Alderwoman Brandt on Zoom and on the phone.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee met on June 9th at 5 o'clock, and a number of the things that we talked about are on tonight's agenda. So the minutes of the meetings are on file with the city clerk for public inspection, and at this time I would make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
There's a motion to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 6.2 is general operations. Alderman Henriot couldn't be with us tonight. He's a little under the weather, so we wish him a speedy recovery and just feeling better. So he's not with us this evening. Would, I think, Alderman Wilson like to give us a little update?
6.2 on the General Operations Committee. There was a regular meeting on June 2nd and a special meeting on June 9th to discuss plans for the fireworks on the 4th of July. Several of the items discussed are on the agenda tonight. Minutes are available at the city website and in the clerk's office. The next meeting is scheduled for July 7th at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. Item 6.3 is the Planning Commission. Alderman Beazer.
The Planning Commission met on June 8th at 5:30 p.m. Everybody was present, and the minutes are on file with the city clerk for public inspection if anybody has an interest in looking at them or taking a look. At this point, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Plan Commission meetings minutes.
We don't need to approve those at this time.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the update, Alderman Beazer. 6.4 is Public Works. Alderwoman Carey, Deshner Brandt.
So Public Works hasn't met since our last council meeting, but the next meeting will be on Tuesday, June 23rd at 5:30.
Okay, thank you. 6.5 is Town of Delavan Lake Committee. Again, that would be Alderman Henriot, and so we'll wait unless somebody.
No, I was just going to let everyone know we'll be forwarding to you. I think the Lake Committee is going to be having a presentation in August regarding they've had a study done on the economic benefits of Delavan Lake to the area communities. And so I will be forwarding an invite to anyone who can attend that. So I think it's the early part. I want to say the 5th, but don't hold me to it.
I think that is the date, yeah. Thank you. 6.6 is Library Board of Trustees, Alderwoman Brandt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The library board met on May 21st. It was decided at that time the library would continue to remain closed with the curbside pickup for its patrons. Our next meeting is this Thursday at 5:30 on Zoom.
All right, thank you. Item 6.7 is Park and Recreation Commission, Alderman Purcell.
That one, I don't think we did. We
No.
didn't meet on that one.
No,
Not yet.
not yet. On the 22nd, I think?
22nd, I believe.
Perfect. Thank you. Item 6.7 is Communications Commission, Alderman Solis.
We have not met. We got our first, our meeting coming up on I believe on the 29th of this month on Monday, and I'm looking forward to it, see what we, help to get the communications, upgrade.
Thank you, Alderman Solis. I would just add that we do have an opening on the Communications Commission for a citizen appointment, so if anyone is interested in serving on that. It's one that does not meet every single month. It meets more quarterly, so it's a good opportunity for someone that's looking to get involved. And if you are interested, I would encourage you to reach out to Alderman Solis, anyone on the city council, myself, our city administrator or staff, and let us know if there's an interest, and we can get you an application for that. Item 6.9 is Delavan Downtown Project Management Team. Alderwoman Brandt. I don't know if,
And that team has not met since the last council meeting, but the next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 30th at 7 p.m.
perfect, thank you. 6.10 is Delbrook Golf Commission. Again, that would be Alderman Henriot. I don't know if there's anyone else that has any update from that meeting and that we want to highlight at this time. Otherwise, we can wait till next month. 6.11 is the Tourism Commission. Alderman Henriot serves on that. I don't
And
know.
I think he reported last time our next meeting isn't until, I think, I want to say sometime in July or August, right when the next quarter room tax comes in after it's received.
Perfect. Moving on to then, item number 7 is the Planning Commission. 7.1 is consider a request for a conditional use permit at 2119 East Geneva Street, allowing for in-vehicle sales or service land use within the business regional BR zoning district. Applicant Kurt Overmeyer, Jiffy Lube. I think we've got Kurt on Zoom. Alderman Beazer, I don't know if you wanted to just give a little
Sure.
update. There doesn't have to be much detail or emotion if there's.
The Planning Commission did meet on this, and it's the Planning Commission's recommendation that this move forward. We didn't have any problems or concerns at that time. So with that, I would like to make a motion to approve conditional use findings as listed under the conditional use findings and the conditional use request for the proposed new in-vehicle sales and service land use at 2119 East Geneva Street, located in the Business Regional BR zoning district.
Thank you. There's a motion.
Could you also include in that motion to adopt the resolution for the conditional use permit? We forgot to include that within the packet.
I would like to make the motion to adopt the conditional use resolution.
And I'm assuming that the motion also includes the conditions of approval.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll second it.
Perfect. There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 8 is Finance Committee. 8.1 is consider purchase of the ProPhoenix mobile data software licenses and related interfaces for the fire department. Alderwoman Brandt?
Mr. Mayor, this came to the Finance Committee, and Chief O'Neill presented this to the committee. The system is currently used by our police department, but for the fire department, the system is a read-only module at this time. So the purchase of the system for the fire department would allow them to have two-way communication and record times of calls, which they are unable to do at this time. So with that being said, I would move to approve the expenditure of $13,900 for ProPhoenix data software licenses and $1,000 for related interfaces for the fire department.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I think that it's an excellent idea. There's going to be a lot of use out of that, so I'm absolutely for it.
Perfect. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 8.2, is consider award of contract for the 2020 sanitary sewer rehabilitation program to Vicer Sewer Incorporated out of Pewaukee, Illinois, in the amount of $100,353.95. Alderwoman Brandt?
This also came before the Finance Committee. This would allow for the installation of liners in sewer pipes and replacement of one manhole. So that being said, I would move to approve the award of the 2020 sanitary sewer rehabilitation contract to Vizu Sewer Incorporated out of Pewaukee, Wisconsin, in the amount of $100,353.95 to include the base bid work plus the work provided for in alternate B, C, and D.
Thank you. There's been a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Mr. Mayor, we need a roll call on this one.
Oh.
Because of the price involved.
That's right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We'll have a roll call.
Alderman Solis?
Aye.
Alderman Beezer?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Dester Brandt?
Yes.
Alderman Purcell?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 8.3 is consider approval of the expenditure of $28,868 to LW Allen Incorporated for SCADA water system replacement. Alderwoman Brandt?
This came before the Finance Committee as well. This replacement had been approved by the Finance Committee last year, but it did not make it to the council for formal approval. So I would move to affirm the authorization to purchase and approve payment to LW Allen Incorporated in the amount of $28,868 for the water system SCADA replacement project at 488 Richmond Road upon completion of the project.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Do you want a roll call on this as well? Okay. We'll have a roll call.
Alderman Beezer?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Dester Brandt?
Yes.
Alderman Purcell?
Yes.
Alderman Solis?
Yes.
Motion passes. 8.4 is consider award of contract for the 2020 seal coating project to Farner Asphalt Sealers of Wanakee, Wisconsin, in an amount not to exceed $48,202.20. Alderwoman Brandt?
This came before Finance as well. There were 3 bids that were received for this project, and 2 of those bids met specifications. So the low bid came from Farner Asphalt Sealers. So with that being said, I would move to approve the award of the contract for the 2020 seal coating project to Farner Asphalt Sealers of Wanakee, Wisconsin, in the amount not to exceed $48,202.20.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call on this.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Dester Brandt?
Yes.
Alderman Purcell?
Yes.
Alderman Solis?
Yes.
Alderman Beezer?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 8.5 is consider the award of the Tower Park adjacent street reconstruction contract to Odling Construction out of Delavan, Wisconsin, in the amount of $628,262.50. Alderwoman Brandt?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This also came from the Finance Committee. The estimate on this project came through close to budget, and the project will allow for the replacement of one of the oldest water mains in the city. This construction will also allow for the ability for Tower Park project to proceed in the future without any further road project changes. So that being said, I would move to approve the award of the Tower Park adjacent street reconstruction base bid contract to Olding Construction out of Delavan, Wisconsin, in the amount of $28,262.50.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Does this mean we're going ahead with the Tower Park project? Or,
No, this is just for the
okay.
road concern. I can let,
Right. Yes,
Denise
so
explain
this
it.
is the road and utility portion of it. So it will be for the water main replacement on Main Street. It will redesign the road to the one-way and provide for the parking and the new curb. So the interior of the park, though, that work was not included in this project. It was bid separately, and there'll have to be a separate decision-making and discussion process.
Just for those that are following, I mean, that's a great question, because at one point it was all being proposed to be done together, and we didn't get bids on that back in March, and so the previous council decided to split it up, which I think was the right approach, and so this is for, as Denise and as Alderwoman Brandt explained, this is for the infrastructure and the road portion of it only. So, but great question. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call on this.
Alderwoman Deschner Brandt,
Yes.
Alderman Purcell,
Yes.
Alderman Solis,
Yes.
Alderman Deezer,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 8.6 is consider acceptance and placing on file the 2019 financial statements and communication to governance and management. Kelly, did you want to, or,
Yes,
yeah,
Kelly
Kelly.
has a presentation.
Hi, Kelly. Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
You know what, I have a PowerPoint presentation, but it does not look like the screen sharing has been enabled. Do you think you can enable that part, and I'd be happy to share it? Or I can walk you through slide by slide without it being up there, but I think it might be a little easier.
How do you do it?
If you go to your screen share as the participant, or I'm the participant, as the Zoomer, it should let you through. Denise, I think you did it last week at finance for Paul.
Yes.
And I can do it without showing you on the screen if you guys want to get rolling on it, that's fine.
We can take a minute to try to get that up, I think.
I don't know where it is.
Your meeting was rolling so well, I'm sorry to delay.
No worries.
So that should work, Kelly.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So do you see the PowerPoint presentation now?
No?
Nope.
There, it's
Oh,
Did it come up?
there?
Yep.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So Paul France was actually zooming into our finance meeting last week, so this is going to be somewhat familiar for those that were present. However, we have added a couple of different slides. For example, whoops, let me go back here. This slide right here talks about our general fund balance by category. There's 3 different types of categories that define our general fund balance. Long story short, you have about $3.4 million in our general fund balance. Of that, about $2.3 million is actually usable. So we do have other classifications that are assigned for budget items in like the future years, or those that are contractual or legal obligations. Next, we talked about our general fund policy in the past. And basically, our policy states that we can have and no more than 25% of our expenditures and transfers out. So this graph's got a lot going on, but it shows you the minimum and the maximum line. And then the red line shows you where the general fund sits. So in 2019, the general fund balance policy percentage was 27.7. That is over our 25%. So in normal years, and to meet the policy, we would do a transfer to the capital fund to bring it down to the 25%. I know finance discussed it last week, and we're gonna hold off on that transfer until we find out really where the year ends up with all of the COVID and unexpected issues that have come up in 2020. The little yellow boxes that you see on top is a median score of Baker and Tilly clients within our population. So that is just saying that they've reviewed all of their clients in our range. And most, or the median, which is the most, would be about 37% versus our 27.75. Then as we move on to debt, there's two different policies that we follow. So one, the state has a policy that basically states that you can have geo debt 5% of your equalized value. So that is represented by that 34 million figure right here. The current amount that we have in geo debt is the green line at 16 million. So by the state policy, we do have a really broad borrowing capacity. However, our current city policy, which is under review, states that we can have 50% of that. So in looking at the city policy, we have a very narrow borrowing capacity. And then this is a new graph. This one wasn't at finance, but I just thought it'd be good for you to see kind of what makes up our revenues. So the bulk of our revenues come in as tax revenue. You can see by this about 71%. About 19% is intergovernmental, and that would be state or Darien, for example. The small 1% would be investment income, and then the 9% would be other. So that other would be, for example, fines and forfeitures, building permits, things on that order, liquor licensing, etc. And then also new to the graph or to the display is expenditures. So you're going to hear us talk about our function groups as we start moving into the budget season. And you can see they're outlined here on this pie graph. Public safety makes up about 46% of our overall general fund and debt service fund expenditures. But this is a little skewed. So public safety would include our fire, police, EMS, and building inspection services. But as you all know, we have Darien in here as well since we provide services to them. So there is some revenue to offset this 46%. But this pie represents just the expenditure side. The next slide has got, again, a lot going on. It's for your water utility. The top part shows you how the number of gallons that's sold by each category have really gone down over the last 5 years. In 2015, we were about 224,000. And now in 2019, we're down to just shy of 210,000. And then, oh, excuse me, the operating revenue and expenditures, I wanted to spend a second on this because it's a little misleading because this is an enterprise fund. And I'm not sure if you all remember me in our workshop discussing how enterprise funds have a little bit different method of accounting. But right now it looks like our utility has a pretty generous operating income of about $327,000. But again, it's misleading because your operating expenses includes your depreciation factor, and it also does not include the taxes that the utility pays back to the city for hydrants, which is about $500,000. So just as we start reviewing the utility a little bit, I wanted to kind of highlight that so everyone kind of realized that it wasn't as cut and dried as the general. down here at the ability to meet current obligations, it looks like we have a pretty generous fund balance of a $3.6 million. Oh, I'm so sorry, my clock isn't go off. But keep in mind that of that 3.6, the water utility covers the TID debt. It's like a transfer that goes back and forth. Sorry about that. So our TID debt, in the event that the TID would not be in a financial situation to cover the debt, the water utility would need to pay those proceeds going to the debt service. And that's about 1.8 million that's still outstanding. So that would definitely be a reducing factor of the 3.6. In addition to that, there is debt out there that has been pledged impact fees to pay it off. When the impact fees were calculated many years ago, it was definitely a very generous approach as far as what it would be bringing in. We are about $800,000 in the hole for impact fees that the utility has been covering. And then there's about $800,000 left of that debt payment to make. So that would definitely be two very large draws on that working capital of 3.6 million. The sewer utility, the same applies. It is an enterprise fund, so the operating expenses includes depreciation. And our capital projects every single year also run about $100,000 at the moment. So that would dip into that what appears to be an operating income. We also have added a new area for Delbrook in our slide presentation, and that's, again, one of your enterprise funds. And the operating expenditures includes depreciation, which when we look at Delbrook as a group for budget purposes, et cetera, we don't necessarily focus on the depreciation in this type of method. So if you remove that depreciation value that I've highlighted there, you're going to look like for 19, it was about $128,000 in the hole and received operating loss, but depreciation was about 111. And we can go through that in more detail at budget time as well. And then lastly, Delbrook was a very lucky recipient of a donated funds from the Nelson family that sits in the special revenue fund. So I wanted to make sure you all kind of had an idea about what was still out there. The donation was just shy of 1.7. And last year in 2019, they had about a $424,000 transfer to capital for projects. So right now, of that fund balance, they are sitting with about 1.3 million. And that's all I have, unless you all have questions.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions for Kelly on the financials? Seeing none, will Alderwoman Brandt, would you care to make a motion, or anyone else for that matter?
Yes, I would move to receive and place on file the 2019 financial statements and communication to the governance and management.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 8.7 is approval of the bills warrant 20-05. Alderwoman Brandt?
Do you need a motion to approve the bills?
Yes.
I would make a motion to approve the bills.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I second.
Okay. There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? You want a roll call on the approval of the warrant? Okay, we'll have a roll call on that.
Alderman Purcell.
Yes.
Alderman Solis.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderwoman Deshner Brand.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 9 is General Operations Committee. 9.1 is consider a first amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Delavan and the Village of Darien relating to the building plan review and inspection services provided for certain modifications to fee schedule. Alderman Wilson?
Okay, item 9.1, the matter was reviewed by the GOC meeting on June 2nd. The city had an intergovernmental agreement for the building inspection services since 2013. As part of the agreement, we review the IGA and fees annually. The changes to the agreement are highlighted in the agenda packet. With that, I move that we approve the resolution approving the first amendment of the intergovernmental agreement for the building inspection services between the Village of Darien and the City of Delavan, providing for modifications to the fee schedule, Exhibit B on the agreement, effective January 1st, 2021.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 9.2 is consider authorization to execute an agreement with Delavan Darien School District for the fireworks display on July 4th, 2020. Alderman Wilson?
9.2, the GOC discussed the fireworks at the meeting on June 2nd and June 9th. Delavan Darien School District has agreed to let the city use their facilities at the high school, provided that the city presents an agreement outlining the requirements. A draft of the proposed agreement is included in the agenda packet. Approval of the agreement will be subject to the review by the school district and the city attorney. I move that to approve the requirements as outlined in the proposed agreement between the city and the Delavan Darien School District for the July 4th fireworks and authorize the mayor's execution of the agreement incorporating these requirements.
There's a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, just a little bit. We talked at length about the safety of having people attend the fireworks. Our main concern is the constituents of our town. That being said, a number of other towns have opened up fireworks. They are doing that sort of thing to celebrate the 4th of July, and we didn't feel that there was as much of a threat for COVID to the people of our city. We still want everyone to maintain social distancing. Please wear masks. If you have friends and family that come and visit, please have them wear masks. We're protecting our town. COVID is still very real. Even though places are opening, it has not gone away. So make sure that you're doing your best to protect yourselves, your family, and your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Beezer. Any other further discussion? I just had one quick question. Have we, Denise, have we heard anything about the Legion maybe involvement?
Yeah,
or?
my understanding is that they're participating, because I know we've talked about the location and it's in the schedule, so,
Okay.
and I think it's actually on the brochure. And I did put something out to the school district. I did not hear back from Jill in terms of potentially just doing a little bit something from the two elected bodies.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And I just want to piggyback on some of the remarks made by Alderman Beezer. I first and foremost just want to thank the school district. I think it shows a good faith effort between two governmental bodies to find a solution that makes sense to move forward, and I think this will allow for easier access in and out, and as opposed to just kind of more of a congested area of Veterans Park. As much as we love to do it down there, this year we've all had to be a little more creative. But I think the opportunity to celebrate our nation's birthday and celebrate the freedom that we all enjoy and come together as a community, especially in the difficult times that we've been in, is a nice way to do just that. And I look forward to putting the finishing touches on the executive orders. So with that, if there's no other
I would like to add one
discussion,
thing.
sure. Alderman Wilson?
Veterans Park was special to me because I kind of grew up there. And I hope starting next year we were back at Veterans Park. That's all I wanted to say. I mean,
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 9.3 is considered the liquor license application for Quick Trip Incorporated at 408 South Wright Street. Stephen Abel is the agent.
Okay, 9.3, this matter also was on the agenda for consideration at the June 2nd GOC meeting. Quick Trip has applied for a Class A license to sell beer and liquor at their new store. They are planning to open for the July 4th holiday weekend. I move to approve the Class A fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Quick Trip at 408 South Wright Street. Stephen Abel, agent.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I think it's public knowledge that, is there a open house then on July 8th?
July 8th is the ribbon cutting.
Between 10 and...
I think the ribbon cutting is actually at 11 o'clock, but there's the grand opening is from 10 to noon.
Yeah. All right. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 9.4 is consider renewal of the liquor license applications. Alderman Wilson.
9.4, the renewal liquor license applications were considered by the GOC at the June 2nd meeting. Liquor licenses are renewed annually at this time. All applicants have been approved by the police department. The city staff is monitoring outstanding invoices and compliance with city ordinances. I move to approve the renewal liquor license as outlined in the agenda report, subject to confirmation that all fees have been paid and all city bills and any outstanding liquor invoices have been paid by each of the applicants.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 10 is other business. 10.1 is review the 2019 compliance maintenance annual report and consider the 2020 acknowledgement resolution. Denise?
I'm going
Or
to have Mark
Mark?
address us, or
Sorry, Mark.
I guess.
It's an annual report to the DNR regarding our water system. It's based upon the earlier full report that's submitted every, I think, 5 years. We did discuss it at the Public Works Committee. It is part of the requirements of operating the water utility.
Good. Thank you. Anyone care to make a motion?
You need a motion to approve the CMR?
Yep. Under
I'll
10.1.
make that motion.
Okay. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 10.2 is consider a revised agreement between the city and the Delavan Delavan Lake Area Chamber of Commerce relative to the administration of the Connect Communities Initiative. Denise, did you want to give us an update?
Yes, the former council had approved an agreement in December of 2019. That agreement was supposed to take effect in January. There was some delay, and then COVID-19 hit and really put a delay on really moving forward with the hiring of the coordinator position, the marketing and events coordinator position. That position now we've re-advertised, and we're going through the interview process now, and that is near completion. We've recommending now that we actually modify the agreement, create an 18-month agreement, which will now be effective July 1 and go through the entire 2021. So this will give us the opportunity to make a commitment to that person of them knowing that they will have a position for an 18-month period. So this agreement just kind of modifies it so that it recognizes how those monies will be spent under the 18-month process.
Thank you, Denise. Any other questions for Denise?
Have we gotten, how many candidates have we gotten so far for this position?
We received 77 applications.
Fantastic.
We went through a process that we kind of identified 22 and then ended up selecting 11 for interviews, and so those are scheduled for next week.
Well, I'm happy to hear that there's an interest in that.
So are we.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone care to make a motion at this time?
I'll make a motion to approve the revised agreement between the city and the Delavan Lake Area Chamber of Commerce relative to the administration of the Connect Communities Initiative effective July 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2021.
Seconded.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 I think I heard Louise, or Alderman Solis. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 11 is public comments. At this point, citizens may address the chair. Limit your comments to one time for 2 minutes maximum. I don't know if we've got anyone that's interested in making any comments at this time. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 12, which is suggested future agenda items. Any future agenda items at this time? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor of adjournment, signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.